Oh, we got here just in time. It's starting. Right now. What is this?
Don't worry about it. Lady.
Oh boy.
You mean?
What was? Your mic looks great.
What? Why is it in a? Oh. That means they haven't.
No, it makes sense.
What do you mean by that?
Whoa! Whoa! Glaya! Oh! I am so here for this. Yo! Oh! Get him! Dang!
The Pentagon guy? Oh yeah, that's right. Because
Oh wow!
why is the swarm here?
Yo, she looks great. Saber looking crazy fine. What? Yo! Yo, the music!
Oh, literally.
Okay.
So why is the?
Woo!
Oh, whoa. Okay, everyone's here. Oh! Oh!
Oh! Ah! What?
Whoa!
Whoa! Yo! Who are Lancer or whatever his name is?
Oh, he's disintegrating. Robin? Where's the mark? What does it even mean? What is happening? Oh wait, no, the mark is from. Oh, that way. Why does he look like the? Hold on. Maybe I don't want to see what's happening right now.
Yo,
Wow!
that art goes hard.
Oh yeah, okay, right into the redemption gods.
Yo, I was not expecting big cinematic cutscenes for the Fate collab. Oh, that looks so cool. My brain. And we get like Boot Hill and Robin and everything.
Everyone, even Adventurine.
Adventurine is back. Yep.
Let's go.
I am very excited for this.
Star Rail knows how to hype me up, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm here for this. I am motivated. Yo, I like this music.
Woo!
Yes, yes.
I have so many questions. Also, we're getting the reveal, and I saw silver hair. We all know it. We all.
Wait, silver hair? Wait, hold up.
The Flame Reaver's helmet got slashed.
Oh, did it
I
show?
saw silver hair.
Oh, I didn't actually see that.
You didn't see that?
No, but that's cool. That's really cool. Hey, Albert.
Nice.
Hey, Mr. Albert?
Well, that's like a Scooby-Doo background.
Albert.
That is odd.
And whether or not you have a day-night cycle, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening.
Yo.
Welcome to the version 3.4 for
It's a little
the
bitty.
sun is set to die special program.
Can you,
I'm your most
quality good?
beloved host, Albert.
Oh, weird. That's just a live stream, I
Rebooting
guess.
really does solve all problems.
Also,
Now
an
we can
accent.
introduce
Why are
ourselves.
you here?
Hi, everyone. I'm Finan. I'm so happy to be on the special program.
Hello, everyone. I'm
Ah!
an Exagoras.
He's got a baby!
Nice to see all of you again. Did you miss me?
Oh,
We
hi,
missed
ma'am.
you. Well, dear guests, welcome to the show. I have been looking forward to this special program more than anything else. The way the story
Yeah?
in the last version left off had my heart racing.
It did. I felt every atom in my body
Sky.
vibrating.
And the fall of dawn. Akuma was the last place under Kefali's protection, but now it has also sunk into Evernight.
All of our Chrysosaur companions did everything in their power to buy precious time for the Trailblazer and Finan. So
yep.
they could return the very last core flame to the vortex of Genesis.
Sure
We already
did.
found out the truth. So what do a few sacrifices matter? Every
Uh-huh.
Chrysos heir was prepared for this. You just need to boldly take that last step toward the Era Nova.
But in the trailer just now, it seems like Finan is gonna go through a lot. I saw a few scenes that looked like flashbacks, and I think I even saw a different form of him.
The truth of Amphoris is about to reveal itself. I assume everyone can already tell.
Oh my goodness, dude,
all
that
that's happening
art.
in Amphoris is
Oh.
not as simple as it seems.
I wonder if most of the
Indeed.
patch is
For
going to be
example,
flashback.
When we went to fight
It's probably
Aqua,
his trial.
we noticed that the Eye
Yeah.
Twilight seemed
Or, because the other
unusually
girls.
high tech.
And when the Dawn device went out, many of the structures in Akuma and the Vortex of Genesis started showing strange textures. It was like the whole world was peeling off.
Sure was.
Why don't we take a look back at our whole journey so far in Amphoris and lay out our suspicions and clues we have. First, at the end of the 3.3 story, the
Yeah.
geniuses reveal that the source of Amphoris' tragedy is an Emperor's scepter that survived to this day.
It has something
Whatever
to do
that
with
means.
that erudition god beyond the sky, doesn't it? Even though I don't quite understand these principles, this breeding ground, which switched from following the path of erudition to the path of destruction, must be hiding secrets beyond Aranova.
In addition,
Uh-huh.
that Tin Man Lygist is also pretty suspicious.
No,
He and Finan
he's
had
such a
pretty
friendly
significant
guy.
conversation in the Vortex of Genesis.
Actually, I was already suspicious of him when he said he could fix the Express and send the Trailblazers back home. Well, the mask is coming off now.
Based on my interactions
Not that there ever
with
was
him,
one, admittedly.
Lygus doesn't seem to have any desire to oppose the Chrysosairs.
A chimera.
Rather, he only wishes to quietly observe everything as it unfolds.
Unrelated. Hi, Cinder.
Could it be that everything that's happened so far is exactly what he wanted to see? That title, Theoros, does mean spectator. If we combine this information with what we know about the relationship between the
I get it.
scepter and paths, maybe
Pain.
Amphoris is being used as a chessboard by people from beyond this world.
Hi, Tribby.
And Lygus is one of them.
Oh, you're exactly right. If the situation in the cosmos is like a game of chess, then Amphoris is a trap to set up the checkmate. But who knows? Maybe the chess pieces themselves can overturn the board. The heroes Aranova could affect the worlds beyond the sky, and the Trailblazers' choices may also determine the future of the universe.
But before the Aranova actually arrives, there's no way to tell what it will bring. The Trailblazers
very
have already
true.
done so much for Amphoris. I don't want them to have to experience the unknown of Aranova.
As someone from beyond the
Imagining the
sky,
fake
they
crossovers
already
because of
risked a lot by
Aranova.
taking on a demigod's
Imagine
divine
that.
authority.
Sadly, I don't think so,
Something needs to
but
happen in the
that is fun.
Aranova.
That'd be so funny,
Can't
though.
let them stay. They have to listen to Finan and go home.
Well said. The Trailblazers won't betray the sincerity you've shown them. However, their fate will still be tied to that of Amphoris. They'll be returning to the
It's true.
battlefield with a very important mission.
On the other hand, I suspect many of our audience members, like me, have some questions about Finan.
yeah,
Finan
that's
we
silly.
saw in the Vortex of Genesis at the end of the 3.3 story? Why was his name hidden?
Well, maybe that Finan isn't the one we're all familiar with.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Specific details for everyone to find out
I
themselves
didn't
in
think
the
of that.
game in version 3.4.
I have no idea.
Is that the Flame Reaver?
Maybe. Well, he can't talk though. So,
The Flame Reaver talks.
Kinds
It's like,
of
rah, rah, rah,
information.
rah, 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 rah.
Following the story's
You know?
progress,
yeah, but
as
that
Incoherent.
the Finan
receive a
we
big
saw
update
with
in
the
this
blank
version.
name could
In
talk
these records
though,
that we
like
kept,
normally.
you will be
Maybe that
able
was
to
before.
catch a glimpse
I don't know.
of Amphoris' true nature.
before, as I've written, was like a storybook, keeping record of our friends' stories. Now,
Oh boy.
even its appearance has changed.
Oh,
Feels like something big is about to happen.
it
It
updated.
looks like
It
it's
did.
turned into some kind of database.
You can use this system to unlock even more of Amphoris' secrets.
Ah.
That's right.
True.
Aside from the major updates too, as I've written, the long-awaited skip dialogue feature, which was previously announced, is finally going
Oh,
live in
it's
version 3.4.
there for those who want it.
Story dialogue can now be
I
skipped by
like that it's
section,
there now.
with plot
Hey,
summaries
get a
and
summary.
the main characters that appeared
So
in
you're not
each section
completely
displayed
lost.
along the way. Now you can choose the pace of
I'm happy we
storytelling
finally have
based
that.
on your own
That's good.
preferences. In version 3.6, there'll also be a story recap function.
3.6?
Stay tuned.
Oh,
But
can we
of
go back and
course,
watch?
As we move
things?
into version 3.4, we shall take the final step of
Okay.
the prophecy together and witness the truth and the fate of this world. And the myriad celestia that Mr. Shaoji hinted at in the version 3.2 preview is finally going live soon.
Ooh?
You mean what's happening beyond the sky? Is it also related to Amphorius and Era Nova?
That'd
We'll
be
have to
silly.
keep it a secret for now. Meanwhile, we'll be releasing an animated short. This animated short contains a very important part of the story in version 3.4.
That baby Finan.
Can't spill too much here, but I can
That looks
give
like
you
a baby
little
Finan.
teaser. This short will come with its own original theme song. So
Oh
don't
boy.
Awesome.
Nice.
I can't wait to dive into the new story already.
I
Why don't
am
we turn
terrified
our
of that.
attention to our good friend Finan
He looks so
take
cute
a
and
look
wholesome.
at his
They
story
rip my heart
together.
to pieces.
Okay, fine on
So I assume this is Era Elysia.
the place.
The place is.
That is so cool looking. Dude, you are gonna look great with the halo from Sunday behind you.
Oh yeah.
Ooh! Ooh! Dude. Yeah,
I'm fine.
I'm definitely probably.
Does he have a?
Oh! Oh!
How much can you do? Oh, that's the whole planet. Okay. Oh my goodness, it's still going. Oh, and then you just leave. Okay.
What in the world happened to Finan to make him
So
change
he also
this
has a
much?
domain?
This is nothing
It
like
looks
the
like it.
warm, sunny
That's
person we all know.
crazy.
Now he seems
Well then.
strange and formidable.
Dude, I
Oh,
just.
could you elaborate?
Sorry.
I
His
remember
kid
when
slightly
our buddy
melted
first
my
showed up
brain
in
a little.
Amphorius. Finan was
just-
one of the first Quasos heirs to genuinely welcome them. And when danger came knocking, he always had our backs.
But behind that kindness and reliability, Finan carries the expectations of many. He is the deliverer chosen by the prophecy, and Aglaya's hand-picked successor of the flame chase journey.
Bro is an
Aglaya
insta
even
pull
used
for
her
me, I
own
think.
death to set him up for success by making the Council of Elders the focus of criticism, and allowing Finan to step up and rally the people.
Yeah, all of us have high hopes for him. Some even call him the
Uh,
deliverer of
okay.
Amphorius. Even Cypher, who barely ever showed her face, used to call him Little Deliverer Boy.
It's as if everyone just
Aw.
assumes that he'll be a savior.
Now I'm curious. What was Finan like before he joined the flame chase journey? Was he one of those perfect kids everyone got compared to?
Before the flame chase journey, guess we've got to go back to my hometown, Ides Elysiae.
ID's
It was
Elysiae.
a small, remote village. Nothing flashy, but far away from the chaos.
It is
Ooh,
pleasant.
sounds like a real peaceful place.
Was. And even though the village was small, everyone got along really well.
That's important.
There were also
That's also
beautiful
important.
rivers and mountains, and even a forest.
Ooh.
That forest was home to all kinds of little fairies. When I was little, I'd go explore
cabbage
the
ones, are
woods
they?
and visit those cute fairies. When I wasn't exploring, I'd
Dude.
go play with
Oh,
my
wait, no, they
friends
look
by
like
the
them.
sea. We pretended to be
Weirdly
heroes
enough.
from the old
see that?
stories and practiced our swordsmanship. When we got
Hi.
tired, we went to lie down in the wheat fields until we got called home for dinner.
No strife, no invaders, or any of that deliverance crisis stuff? Seems like a complete paradise.
The wheat fields look gorgeous too. Lying there, surrounded by golden waves of wheat, with the breeze carrying that sweet
Dang.
malted scent. Oh, just the thought of it is enough to get me excited.
I love
Yeah.
the autumn
And
feel
guess
the whole village has.
Yeah, I
You
agree.
won't have to imagine for long. In version 3.4, we get to explore Ides Elysiae alongside the Trailblazer. Learn about Finan's past, how he became a warrior, joined the flame chase, and grew into the person he is today.
Can't wait!
Yeah, you could say that.
From a carefree little kid to the deliverer carrying everyone's hopes. You've really come a long way.
These days, Finan just gives off this heaviness. Like he'd still press on no matter how exhausted, just to live up to everyone's expectations.
Boris needed a hero, so he became one. The Chrysos heirs needed hope and a leader, so that's who he became. Looking back at the main art for this version, even though Finan's face is still the same, his whole vibe has shifted.
No, that's silly. What do you mean?
Sharp and commanding.
I love how he has
Completely
blonde
different
hair now.
Now we're
That's
just one
really
step away
cool.
from the era Nova that the prophecy foretold.
Now he really does
The
look like a
deepest
young
truths of
Varka.
Boris are about to come to light. What trials lie ahead, and what choices will Finan make?
A hero's journey is never easy. But if the will in your heart is strong enough, no fire can burn you out. If anything, every
Thanks, Art.
trial
I'm really
is just a
appreciating
forge
that
for an
art.
even brighter soul.
Oh,
I'm
a
more than
Caster's
ready.
one. Adorable.
Well said. Then let's let everyone experience it all themselves in version 3.4. Now let's take
Sick.
a look at how Finan performs in battle.
You got it. I'll first show up in the familiar form everyone knows.
Yeah.
Using my skill, I'll deal damage to one designated enemy
Oh, I
and
see that.
adjacent targets. The use of my skill also grants me core flames. Once I've collected enough of them, I can activate my ultimate.
Wait, so core flames only come from using your skill?
Not at all. Finan can also gain core flames when he's selected as a target by a teammate or enemy ability. If he is the target of a teammate's ability, Finan will deal even more damage.
When I use my ultimate, I'll create a territory and transform.
Territory, that's what it's
After
called.
transforming, Finan powers up massively.
Goodness gracious,
Teammates temporarily
dude.
retreat and can't take action while he faces the enemy head-on with newfound strength.
All alone? That sounds way too risky.
Wait, whoa, just
No
him?
worries.
He boots
All the
everyone
talents
off
and
the
buffs
field.
Finan and his teammates still stay active to provide him with much-needed support.
Oh my goodness,
Exactly.
okay.
After using the core flames to transform, I have access to the powers of 3 kinds of titans: Creation, Calamity, and Foundation, each with a brand new ability.
Care to elaborate on that?
Tapping into the power of the Creation Titans, I can deal damage to one designated enemy.
Just rip
and
open the
adjacent
Matrix.
target.
Okay,
Calling
dog.
upon the power of the Calamity Titans, I'll enter a special state called Soul Scorch. In this state, I'll force all enemies to immediately take action, during which I receive
What?
reduced damage, and each hit I take builds up the Soul Scorch stack. Once all enemies have
Cool
taken
enemy, by the
action,
way.
I retaliate, dealing damage to all enemies and then unleashing multiple instances of damage on one random enemy.
Heads up. The more Soul Scorch stacks he's got, the stronger that counterattack hits.
Using these 2 abilities also grants me an exclusive charge called Scourge, which fuels my 3rd ability. With the power of the Foundation Titans, I dispel all debuffs on myself, then use Scourge Charge to deal bounce damage. If I've maxed out the
What?
consumable Scourge Charge, I also slam all enemies with extra damage.
Once all his actions have been used up, Finan will unleash one final blow, hitting all enemies
Oh my
before removing the
goodness.
territory. Finan's technique is pretty unique too. Upon casting it, Finan instantly strikes all enemies in a certain rate. The normal enemies, they're immediately wiped out without
He
even
just
triggering-
obliterates? You have more technique
All
points.
enemies? That's nuts.
Used a
Of
lot
course,
though.
power
Yeah, it uses
comes with
2.
cost. This technique consumes 2 technique points.
Okay,
If the
fair
technique
enough.
misses, it won't cost any points.
cool.
When Finan's in the team, the technique point cap goes up by 3.
When I
Wow.
use my technique to enter combat, I'll also regenerate energy for my teammates. In
Sick.
addition, at the start of each wave, I'll deal damage to all enemies and gain Scourge.
Oh,
I see.
and here I thought
Now that
Arlecchino
we've
just
wrapped up
cutting
Finan's
them was
combat
intense.
abilities,
No,
it's
here's
time to
Finan
bring you
creating
some
a black
updates
hole
on a few
and
familiar
just
faces.
sending them
In
straight.
version 3.4, Silverwolf, Blade, Kafka, and Jing Liu
Oh.
are
We're
all
talking-
getting
we're
some
talking about that.
serious enhancements.
Okay.
Awesome.
Let's go!
Happening.
Oh, Mr. Albert, please do tell us what's changing.
Let's start with Silverwolf. After the optimizations, her ultimate now lowers the defense of all enemies instead of just one.
That's
Cool.
massive.
Not
That's a
single
very nice
target.
change.
Exactly. Meanwhile, she'll prioritize adding a weakness that matches the type of the first character in your lineup. On top of that,
That's nice.
Silver Wolf will regenerate extra energy at the start of combat and the beginning of each turn.
Nice.
Oh,
All right.
That makes it a lot easier
Nice
to apply
changes.
the
Very
weakness we actually
appreciated.
want.
I like getting what I
Next
actually
up,
want.
Kafka. After the buffs, Kafka's skill will trigger more DOT on enemies.
More?
Whenever a teammate hits an enemy target with any kind of attack,
All right.
Kafka will launch a
Any?
follow-up attack. After
Ooh.
locking certain traces, the follow-up attack
So
will
the cone
also
procs
trigger
it now.
extra DOT on the enemy. And using her
Jeez,
ultimate,
okay.
recovers the number of times the follow-up attack can be triggered.
So basically, Kafka's got
More?
more frequent
Flip,
follow-up
okay.
attacks, better efficiency applying debuffs, and an overall boost to DOT output.
Massive buff. Dang.
Humongous
Now for
Bob.
Blade. After the update, he will deal damage to enemies based on his max HP. When Blade enters
Isn't
the
that normal?
hellscape
No,
state,
HP and
he's more
attack.
likely to be
Now it's
attacked,
HP.
And his follow-up attacks will regenerate extra energy.
Ah.
Sounds like Blade can trigger more follow-ups and use his ultimate more often, meaning his
They've
damage
they've
output's
optimized
gonna
him. That makes sense. Cause like,
Good observation.
yeah.
He was just kind
A
of better
change
than
will happen to
him.
Jing Liu
Sadly.
as well. Now
For a
she'll
bit
deal
there.
damage to
Wait, which
enemies
one?
based
Mighty.
on her max
Oh,
HP.
yes.
Each time a teammate loses HP, Jing Liu stacks extra crit damage. After she enters the spectral transmigration
Why not?
state, she'll also gain a stack of syzygy. That
Oh, an
means
extra
the
one.
spectral transmigration state lasts longer, and her overall damage output climbs even higher accordingly.
Our old friends sure are getting some solid upgrades.
Indeed.
With all these
Okay.
ability reworks, won't their Eidolons be affected?
Oh, don't worry, Professor Anaxa. Some of our old friends' Eidolons will be tweaked to better match the revamped kits, making sure everything stays in sync.
Gotcha.
But what if someone wants to stick with their previous version of their abilities?
That won't be a problem. You can switch.
You
between
can go
friends'
back and
ability
forth.
modes freely.
That's cool.
So choose
Oh, I
whichever
was
version
wondering.
You like best. For more details, be
Cool.
sure to keep an
That's
eye out
awesome.
for
They keep 'em
official
both.
announcements.
Yeah.
Sounds
We're getting both.
Aside from the ability reworks,
Didn't
one
mention
more
light
old
cones,
friend of
though.
ours
That's-
is
that's
getting
important to
something
note.
new this
I
time around.
assume.
Oh, who is
Huh.
it?
In version 3.4, Firefly's brand new outfit, Spring Missive, is making its debut.
You don't.
Yo, is Sam changing?
Let's take a look at the video clip.
Probably.
first.
It'd be kind of funny though if only Firefly is normal. School uniform. Ah, classic. I see.
Yo, okay.
Looks the same.
It's
No, it looks a little different.
It's
doesn't it?
it's the color
With
palette
her
something.
school
It's got a
uniform
badge on it.
Firefly looks more youthful
I love
than
the art.
ever. And that firefly-shaped brooch on her chest. You can
She
tell
looks more
put a lot of
youthful.
thought
Ah,
into
the youth
picking it
that was
out.
robbed from her.
Maybe she even asked for fashion advice from her fellow Stellar.
The skin looks really similar
Well,
to her
Kafka does
base
have an eye
model.
for style. They must have talked a
Ish.
lot about it
It's very
behind
nice
the
art, though.
scenes.
Even her mech's had a makeover. You think she spruces it up during
Can someone
downtime
point
to
out the
match her
difference of
outfit changes?
Sam?
Oh, totally.
Other than
I have
the
not
badge.
slept enough to be able to remember that. I'm gonna be honest.
I use Firefly all the time.
New colors, the whole look. has to
Colors,
be
okay.
consistent.
Yeah, it was like the
Colors,
blue.
They had a badge on the shoulder, I
You'll be
think.
able to grab Firefly's new look from the contract shop using Oniric shards. And again, please
Oh,
stay tuned
what?
for further details
Wait.
in future official
Is that the
announcements.
premium currency?
Next, let's take a look at this.
Yo, that
version's
art.
banners.
Dude, his card!
At 3.4's first half warp event, Trailblazers can acquire the limited 5
That's pretty awesome.
Oh, that's.
And the
Those
Very
are good
nice.
characters
Thus
too.
Burns the Dawn will have a boosted drop rate.
March makes
Also,
sense actually
a
for
brand
this.
new
That's a new
4-star
4-star.
Lyco
Yeah, I
for
was about to
Battle of
say.
Remembrance. The story's next page is being
Oh,
added
boy.
to the first half banner. At the same time, we'll also kick
Oh,
off
you
a
mean-
special warp
Goodness.
event to limited 5-star characters. Treeby, Sunday,
Yeah,
and
okay.
Ah,
Yeah,
all
alright.
right. You're
I
funny.
5-star
I expected
Lycos
Sunday.
with
You're so
Time or a
funny.
Flower.
Whoa,
Grounded as scent.
okay.
And
Early
Sparkle.
Escapade will return as well. In the second
Love
half
seeing
of version
Sparkle again.
3.4, we've got another round of special warp events. Limited 5-star characters, Firefly,
Mean.
King Liu, and Blade will be back along with the
Wow.
limited 5-star Lycons. Whereabouts your dreams rest, I shall be my own sword.
I'm glad that
and the
Firefly's getting a
unreachable
rerun with
side.
the skin.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Two
That is
of
very
our
nice.
newly buffed old friends are making a comeback in this version. What about Kafka and Silver?
I wonder how much the skin will
Here's a
be.
little sneak peek. Limited 5-star characters, Kafka and Silver Wolf, will be back in version 3.5. Limited 5-star light cones, patience is all you need, and incessant rain will rerun as well.
Nice.
Okay, so next batch.
8 new 4-star light cones will be added to the Nameless Honor rewards in version 3.
Baby Mighty. Oh, wait, that's in the Sea of
I see quite a few familiar faces
Dude.
on the light cones. There are a few mini versions of Chrysos heirs.
Looks like Finan really
love
does enjoy
Ika!
spending his days in the
is
wheat
that?
fields.
Nature's
That
mattress.
isn't that
Can't
Anaxager?
beat that level of comfort.
Anaxa?
Is that baby in Axa?
All right.
Oh, the other one? I don't know.
Yeah, the little one with
coming your way.
being held by.
Maybe it's Cyrene.
I thought that was Cyrene, like standing next to them, though.
I have no idea. I don't know. Maybe I was looking at the wrong card. Oh my. Okay. Yeah. So going off of that, it seems like the main story is going to be a flashback mainly, which makes sense considering
Or
we're.
Finan's trial.
It could be Finan's trial. It could be that. It's something like that.
And then our final duel against the Flame Reaver,
Yeah.
which means he got past Don Hung.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's fine. Maybe he only got past him because us and Don managed the dip before everything went down. Maybe.
I don't. Yeah.
Or Don
no, I don't know.
died.
And
One of those.
I'm still curious to see as to why the trailer is in Japanese. I wonder who didn't show up.
Don't know.
I assume we're missing some voice actor.
That's the only one I can think of, but.
I had heard rumors that maybe.
Welcome back. Let's take a
They're
look
bringing
at the
that
event.
back. Oh, I
This
love
version.
that. Cute.
A piece of good news comes from Pentagon.
Little origami
at the
bird.
other end of the cosmos.
What is that a
Origami
profile
Bird Clash
pic?
is about to
I think so.
return in version 3.4.
I dig that.
Oh, is that the Cute Match 3 game?
That's right. The International Peace Corporation has officially sponsored Origami Bird Clash and hopes to promote this arcade game full of Pentagonian flavor throughout the whole cosmos. And the first step to
Oh yeah,
starting
that's the
that
big
grand
Pentaconia
venture
event.
will be to open up the original shop arcade on the Trailblazers Radiant Feldspar.
There needs to be some new game modes for the game to make a name for itself, right?
Of course. This time,
I
the
mean,
two players
I
will
like
take
the old
turns
one, too.
acting on the
Big.
same field, and every player has a set number of moves. You can eliminate 4
It's
or
a
more
crazy
fruits,
bird.
or bombs, and obtain extra moves.
You can also get extra moves when you swap 2 super bombs to trigger a combo elimination.
Oh no! I see obstacles popping up on the field. How are we supposed to deal with those?
Not to worry. In this version of the Origami Bird Clash,
Oh my.
there will be
Is that
lots
the murder
of new
hammer?
items that can help you in
It
battle.
is.
For example,
Funny.
Shattering Hammer can eliminate any individual fruit or obstacle. Spicy Bomb can turn a fruit into a bomb, and Reset Cube can reset all fruits on the field. Leveling up items will also make them more powerful.
As long as you pick the right item at the right time, you can turn the tide and deliver a powerful blow to your opponent.
Boom.
There are plenty of familiar faces among
Hey.
our opponents this time.
That's right. Trailblazers can still battle against many old
You know, it was probably in
friends
Japanese
this
because
event.
of the
In addition to participating in story
fake
challenges,
characters.
Yeah,
Trailblazers
that's
can
what I'm
also
thinking.
do open
Ah.
challenges with friends from across the
That makes
universe.
sense.
I
This
wonder how they're gonna do that with the
multiplayer
English
will end
dub.
with version 3.4
I'm wondering.
Origami Bird Clash will replace the Seal Slammers multiplayer mode.
not like they're not
and
gonna be
becomes a
voiced,
new
so-
long-term
I don't know.
co-op game mode.
We're done slamming seals. Now it's time for slamming paper birds.
All right, let us continue with more version content. Our old friend Gift of Odyssey returns as usual in version 3.
Beautiful as always.
Nice.
The Planar Fissure and Realm of the Strange events will also return. Complete the challenges to get double rewards.
Do you love me double rewards?
In version 3.4, Stagnant Shadow, Shape of Cinders, will
New character
also
ascension,
come
okay.
online. And you can obtain the Ascension material, Charred Bud of Twilight.
That's
wind
for a
characters
future
upon
character.
completing the
Wind
challenge.
type.
At the same time, the
Gosh
planar
darn it.
elements, Arcadia of Woven
Oh, wait, no, that's not
Dreams,
Mem. Who
and
are you?
Revelry by the Sea
It's a baby.
will also
It
come
is your baby.
online. Trailblazers can obtain them in the Divergent universe.
Okay, so that I'm gonna have to farm
Why
that
did
wind
my seat
dissension most
collapse?
likely.
Probably.
In addition, I'd like to share with you some information about a few events outside the game. First, the annual HoYoFest Off-White exhibition will begin in July. This year's event
Cute art.
venues have been completely upgraded, and the events will be held in core cities in 6 Southeast Asian countries.
That's right. We've also prepared a lot of event missions and new merchandise. Please follow our official channels for details about the events.
Prepare
and tickets.
yourself, merch
In
hunters.
addition, Honkai Star Rail will be joining Anime Expo this July.
Aw,
Come visit the Star Rail booth
Really?
and claim free limited gifts.
Surprising.
A special panel for Honkai Star Rail will also be held
What?
at Anime Expo,
what?
featuring several special guests.
Trash
Keep an eye out
Taste
for
is
more
gonna be
info
the
and official
host.
announcements.
Metal card to
See you
find
at
on.
Anime Expo.
Well, thank you all for your kind introductions. Let me see. We're almost out of time. We're moving on to our next show in just a sec.
You
Ah,
seem
you're
mighty
funny.
busy, Owlbert.
Well, I am a professional super host.
What's going on?
He's being summoned.
Hey, what's going on? It's not my time yet.
Goodbye, Albert.
Whether or not your world has the concept of a Holy Grail, welcome to the live stage of the Honkai Star Rail and Fate's Day Night Unlimited Blade Works Collab special program.
Ah, long time no see, everyone.
Confirming that they're both back.
Adventuring from the Interastral Peace Corporation.
I'm so happy you're here, Adventuring.
Galaxy Ranger Boot Hill.
And you too, Boot Hill.
It's so good to hear them.
I, Albert, have apparently been summoned by the Holy Grail to be this show's host today.
You're
Albert,
dead.
Could your class be... speaker?
Son of a gun. Ah, that's funny.
He's so
You two can
sad.
call me presenter instead. That sounds nicer.
Well, presenter doesn't sound half bad. In that case, why don't you present the situation to our audience? Explain what you meant by summoned by the Holy Grail and why we've arrived at Penacony.
Well, the cosmos is full of surprises. Soon after the ripples of the Charmony Festival had calmed, the Trailblazer received a secret invitation from old Odie, head of the Alfalfa family. It turns out that the old Jen is planning a brand new entertainment spectacle called Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail War.
Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail War. Sounds like a Holy Grail War is taking place in the Sweet Dream.
That's right.
No other
I
place.
have no idea where old Odie got his Holy Grail from. Let me give a brief explanation of everything here. It says
Don't try
that
to
the
explain
Holy
fate,
Grail
please.
is a wish-granting chalice that can
Okay.
manifest any miracle. And the
Oh, boy.
Holy Grail War is a magecraft ritual for obtaining that power. As long as you win in the brutal contest of the Holy Grail War, the Grail can fulfill your wishes.
That dadgum Wubba Boot Charmony Festival has only just concluded, and they're putting on a new show already.
Hey,
It's a
don't forget
nonstop
that
party,
Penacony
man.
prides itself on being a holiday resort. How are they going to attract tourists if they don't have any events? Besides, didn't the last Charmony Festival have a little accident? I mean, that
No.
wasn't great for Penacony.
That'd be ridiculous.
The family's definitely going to want to find another opportunity to generate some buzz.
Well, I heard that old Odie hopes to make the Penacony and Holy Grail War into a new show that rivals the Charmony Festival, therefore
Ooh.
returning Penacony to the cosmic limelight.
With dreams as the gimmick, the show is sure to attract a lot of money and a lot of dream chasers.
That also gives us
I bet
an
old
excuse
Odie is
for
thinking of the
future
same thing.
collabs.
This
That is
Sweet
true.
Dreams and the Holy Grail War program will be conducted in Penacony. The 7 invited participants will summon famous historical figures to fight alongside them as their servants. And the final winner will receive the precious opportunity to make their wish come true.
Ooh.
Chance to make any wish and any miracle come true. Well, that's definitely a nice gimmick. But, as we all know, people die if they're killed. Bullets don't
Yeah, that
discriminate,
is-
So, someone gets caught in the crossfire.
Rest assured, everyone, the Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail War production crew hereby swear that no one's life will be in danger in the
Can't
dream.
people die in the
Everyone
dreams
can
now?
participate and watch in peace.
All right. Well, since it's you, Owlbird, I'll believe it for now. So, who's participating?
To start off, the
That's a
owner
lot.
of the Radiant Feldspar, shareholder of Penacone Superstar, the Soul Glad Festivity, our dear Trailblazer will be participating.
I'm really confused. Wait, with these guys back, who's not
Trailblazer will be
voiced?
taking part in another
Robin's
adventure.
voiced.
No, probably the fake characters
In
themselves.
addition, Miss Robin will
I
also
assume?
be a part of this war.
Well, as another Penaconian shareholder,
How is that
the
gonna work?
Industrial Peace Corporation's
I don't know,
Strategic
considering-
Investment Department sent me
I
as their
doubt they'd let
representative
us-
in the war.
The Galaxy
I assume they would get,
Ranger
like, a
Boot
fill-in
Hill
of some
will also
kind.
participate in
Right?
this Holy Grail War.
Boot Hill's
Actually,
here.
I was just wondering.
Maybe they'll speak
Why
Japanese.
is a criminal wanted by the IPC participating in this?
Why not? It's
Mike
entertainment.
got an invitation too, but hey, he has no time for this. I can't turn a blind eye when someone's in a tight spot, so helping out was the least I could do.
Looks like
Aw.
Mr. Voodoo really has formed deep bonds with folks in Dreamflux Reef.
Well, apart from those we've mentioned, are there any other special participants that we've been looking
Oh?
forward to in this Holy Grail War?
Of course. Apart from local Penaconian heroic spirits, 3 very well-known heroic spirits will also arrive by the Grail Summon and participate in this Holy Grail War. They
More than just
are
3 more cards there.
respectively Saber, Archer, and Lancer.
That's
That's what
awesome.
I'm talking about. I wonder which
Sick.
heroic spirit will end up accepting a contract with the Trailblazer.
Now, see? This is how you attract attention. Now we're gonna get tons of views. That's why you pay big bucks to get the big names. As to what stories will unfold in this dreams
A
and
little
the
on the
Holy
nose
Grail
there,
War,
aren't we?
And who will forge a contract with who? Trailblazers will have to find out in the game. Here's a reminder that the Honkai Star Rail and Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works collaboration Trailblaze Continuance, Sweet Dreams, and the Holy Grail will officially start on July 11th.
Does it have an
Keep an eye
end?
out for it.
Okay.
Now let's learn more about Saber and Archer, our
Didn't
2
give an end
heroic
date.
spirits from another world.
I wonder.
Yes!
Saber's dress seems a little.
There is no English
There
voice
is
actor.
no
now that she's
English voice
arrived
actor.
in Penacony.
Well, this is the planet of
How does that
festivities
work?
After all, you gotta dress up.
What
for
are
the
they just
occasion.
mute?
Exactly
English?
right. The King of Knights'
I'm
new
surprised they
outfit
didn't
was
get, like, a
personally
fill-in
designed by Mr.
at all.
Takashi Takeuchi. It retains their iconic blue and white colors.
And her iconic ahoge.
That's right. It retains.
I wonder how
the
everyone's gonna
ability
react
of
to
a
this.
king, and also emphasizes utility.
I don't know.
for a warrior.
I hope it's like
Lines along her shoulders
set
and
the
her cloak
Japanese
are
automatically
straightforward,
when you're like
but
in
the design of
English.
her skirt
And not just
is quite
blank,
reminiscent
yeah.
of Timeless British fashion.
You know?
As for how she looks in the
That
game,
was impressive, Albert.
well,
That was. That's a cute grape. She just speaks in Japanese,
I hope, right? She's not just gonna be silent in English, right?
right? Cool invisible sword you got there.
I love that. I didn't even. Good call. Does it
Makes
become
it-
visible after this? Yes.
Ooh.
Oh, I really like that.
Very cool.
Butter my fudge and call me a biscuit. That Excalibur truly shows her strength as a king.
Oh, talk about fancy visuals.
And how come
I-
the king of
I
Knights
love those
is always
animations.
stuffing her face?
That's very nice.
Even in Penacony.
I assume those
Oh,
are
looks
references
like
that I'm
Penaconian
Yeah.
not
food
getting.
is
Yeah.
Very much
All right.
to her liking.
That's right. You can't fight on an empty stomach. Now, let's see how the King of Knights performs in battle.
Okay, give me
Saber is
it.
a wind character following the path of destruction.
Mm.
Saber will gain a certain amount of core resonance
Oh.
when she enters battle. If she uses her technique in the overworld, Saber will obtain
Oh.
combat buffs and also more core resonances after entering battle.
She's
When
got,
she
like,
uses her
overflow?
basic attack, she can deal damage to a single
Maybe?
enemy.
It looks like she can pop
King
her
of
ult now
Knights
if
is
she wanted
cautious
to.
as ever in this new world. I see she's still hiding her weapon's appearance and true name.
When she uses her skill, Saber will deal damage to one designated enemy and its adjacent targets. If
Not a
Saber
ton of
has
damage.
enough core resonance at
This
that
is a
time,
trial.
That's
she'll
true.
consume core resonance to regenerate massive amounts of energy for herself and increase her skill's damage.
That is a lot. Jeez.
In other words, you need to accumulate as much core resonance as possible to increase the damage Saber deals.
Exactly.
Are there any other ways to obtain
Gotcha.
core resonance?
Yes, there are. Whenever any ally uses their ultimate, Saber obtains core resonance and increases her own damage dealt.
Behold,
Ah.
the King of Knights has dispelled.
Okay, so the little white bits, the thing is how much energy you're getting. Gotcha.
Gotcha. High pressure air in the blink of an eye.
She also won Sunday.
Everyone won
Dealing a
Sunday.
devastating blow to the enemy. When using her
Love how her dress
Saber
flows,
will
by the
deal
way, with all the
damage to
wind
all
and everything.
enemies and turn her basic attack into enhanced basic attack. Her enhanced basic
Boom.
attack can damage all enemies and provide Saber with a certain amount of
So
core
cool.
resonance.
Super
Also,
sick.
during battle, if the sum of Saber's energy and the energy she can
Whoosh.
regenerate via consuming core resonance exceeds the amount of energy she needs to use her ultimate, Saber will immediately take action.
So if you replenish core resonance in
Ah.
as many ways as possible, you can use Excalibur more frequently.
That's right. Not
How'd you say it
only
like that?
does this sword bear the King of Knights past, present, and future, but it also represents the noble ideal that was held in the hearts of the countless soldiers who once followed her in battle. Whew. All right, that concludes Saber's introduction. Now we'll move on to our next otherworldly heroic spirit, Archer.
Oh, seems like Archer cares
Alright.
about this Holy Grail War very much. He put on a new outfit, too.
He even changed where his accessories go. Those decorations he had on his chest are now on his shoulders.
What sharp eyes you've got, dear guest. Archer's new outfit was also personally designed by Mr. Takashi Takeuchi. It has the
Yup.
classic red and black look. The sharp contrasts, reminiscent of a blazing fire in the deep night, imbued with a dangerous allure. The combination of the long trench coat with skin-tight combat gear emphasizes his lean figure and is the perfect fusion of attractiveness and strength.
I
I assume this is directly from the notes of the description.
Show us the game footage already.
I guess.
I guess. Ooh, hey, that's not yours. Ooh. Ooh, okay.
Dude.
That's pretty sick. He shot the thing! Also, that's really cool.
Oh, I love
Ooh.
that.
So that's unlimited
Nice
blade work?
English.
Oh, quite impressive indeed. After all, Archer is a seasoned veteran of war.
I am the bone of my sword.
Okay. I'm here for
It
this.
sure brings back a lot of memories.
I agree.
Well then, let's take a look at Archer's combat performance in detail.
Okay.
All right.
Archer is
Seems
a
to have a
quantum
pretty sick
character
kit.
following the path of the hunt. When he uses his basic attack, Archer
I
can
see.
deal damage to one designated enemy.
An archer in close combat. That's pretty gutsy, I'll give him that.
That's right. But Archer hasn't exactly slacked off on his marksmanship training since coming to Penacony. When using his skill, Archer will consume 2 skill points to enter the circuit connection
2.
state, dealing damage to one designated enemy.
Sparkle, gotcha.
While in the circuit connection state, Archer's turn will not end after he uses his skill, and he can continue to use his skill until he runs out of skill points.
Wow.
Heads up.
What?
The more times you use his skill consecutively, the more damage Archer deals to enemies. After all,
That's insane.
everyone knows
Cough,
that a
you want
dual-wielding fighter who
sparkle,
can't
I
use
guess.
animal
Yeah.
phantasm isn't a good archer. When using his ultimate, Archer will recite the classic chant to activate unlimited blade wax, dealing damage to one enemy.
Apart from damaging the enemy, Archer's ultimate also grants him special charge. After any of
Does?
his teammates' attacks, Archer will consume special charge to use a follow-up attack against the enemy targets, while also recovering 1 skill point for the team.
Ooh,
case,
skill
there's no
point
need to worry
positive.
about running
If
out
you
of
can
skill
call
points.
it that after he
just
obliterates
couldn't
your
help himself, he
entire,
had to use his favorite twin blades.
you know.
When he uses his technique to enter battle, Archer will deal damage to all enemies and obtain special charge.
And that's a wrap on Archer's introduction.
That's
I actually
awesome.
really
I
like
have
his kit.
big
That's
news for
really
everyone.
fun.
When the collab event starts.
Oh, and
on
he's the free
July
one, too,
11th, And
so.
until the end of version 3.6,
Which means his
Trailblazers
first
can log
copy is
into
gonna
the
be
game
insane.
To claim the limited 5-star collab character Archer for free.
Oh,
Nice.
awesome!
Interesting until
hope
3.6,
that
which is
under
also the
our
update we're
protection,
getting the story
every
rewind
adventure
as
that
well.
Trailblazers
So
embark on
probably
will cleave
optimization.
open the
Something
dark
big, I guess, is
clouds
gonna
and
happen.
become a saga sung throughout the cosmos.
You also get his growth
We
materials
also
for
hope that
free?
your encounter
All the way up to level
offers some of
60?
you a reunion
Dang.
with the servants across this vast universe.
I actually appreciate
will
that.
bring you all wonderful memories in the days to come.
Oh, yeah. How about that? The free new limited 5-star character mentioned during the anniversary celebration is finally here as promised.
Actually, there's even more! Later this year, Trailblazers will get another brand new limited 5-star character totally for free!
I like that.
Okay!
But let's keep our eyes on the princess for now. I'm not
I
pretending.
really like that because it doesn't feel like, hey, here's the collab
Trailblazers
character
can
for free.
also
It's like,
directly
no,
obtain a
we're
set
also
amount of
giving you
character
our
enhancement
original
materials
character
for
as
us.
well.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
I really like that.
Yeah.
I mean, Archer
This
looks
version's
awesome,
got a lot of
honestly.
characters to
And
level
pretty
up
good.
after all.
I don't know how on a
Let's check
brand
out the
new
banner
account without
details.
Sparkle
Once the collab starts
how
on
good that
July
will be.
11th, Trailblazers can use
There's
Star
light
Rail
cones.
special passes in the
Oh.
character collaboration warps,
Oh.
Excalibur Excelsior, and the
Darn,
bow
brother,
of
you
my
can use the
sword
pulls you
to
saved
obtain the
from
limited
Archer
5-star
or his light
characters
cone.
Saber and Archer respectively. In the light cone collaboration,
Dang.
Trailblazers can get the limited 5-star light cone, a thankless
Those look
coronation,
so good.
Birth of a King, and the limited 5-star light cone, The Hell Where Ideals Burn, from Red Radiance of Fuyuki. In addition, pity counts are shared between the character collaboration warp banners and also separately shared between the light cone collaboration banners, but neither carries over to other types of warps.
Got it. Yeah.
It's
Sucks.
worth mentioning here
Darn.
that the character and Lycone collab banners will stay open long term after the event starts.
And they're
Does
not
the
confirmed
long
wins.
term
Ugh.
mean even after versions 3.4 or 3.6 wrap up, you can still pull Saber, Archer, and the limited 5-star Lycones?
Exactly. These collab banners will run across multiple versions with no fixed end date yet.
Wait, whoa!
One
Okay.
more piece of
You know what?
news for you all.
Rewind it a little
The
bit.
entire duration of version 3.4, using Star Rail special passes for your warps, will bring some special limited time discounts. After the collab event starts, when Trailblazers spend a designated number of Star Rail special passes, they can directly obtain the limited 5-star light cone, The Hell Where Ideals Burn.
Throughout
I mean,
all
I'm
of
going for
version
Finan,
3.4
so
That is true.
In other words, after the 3.4 update and before the collab event starts, any Star Rail special passes used in the banners for Finan or other rerun characters will still count toward the total, right?
Yep,
Specifically
that's correct.
before.
Yeah!
And now, as the collab kicks off, the voice actors for Saber and Archer have some things they'd like to say to all of us.
I guess you can go for like a
Let's take quick break.
constellation on Finan in his weapon.
Back to hear
maybe I'd
that
pull for
special
Saber as
message.
well.
Don't
これ
know.
からマスターになる開拓者の皆さん、
Oh,
こんばんは。
hello.
セーバー役のカズメヤコです。崩壊スターレールとフェイトステイナイトアンリミテッドブレードワークスのコラボが間もなく開催ということで、私もとてもワクワクしています。この2つの作品にはどこか似ているものがあるなと感じました。剣を手に運命と立ち向かうセーバーの姿は、厳しい冒険の中でも前へと進み続ける開拓者の姿と似ているのではないかなと思いました。収録中はフェイトとスターレールの世界観が混ざり合い、新たな魅力が生まれていくのを感じました。あまり多くは話せないのですが、セーバーがスターレールの世界でどのように信念と理想を貫いていくのか、ぜひお楽しみください。このコラボがたくさんの皆さんに楽しんでいただけたら嬉しいです。星々と聖杯が交わる旅の中で、あなただけの熱い思いとロマンに出会えますように。それでは最後に、開拓者よ、あなたが私のマスターか。
I know
これから
someone
マ
just
スターに
streamed.
なる開拓者の皆さん、こんばんは。フェイトステイナイトでアーチャーを担当しており
Love
ま
his
す。
voice
声優の
too.
鈴木勇気です
Mhm.
崩壊スターレイルとフェイトステイナイトアンリミテッドブレードワークスのコラボが間もなく開催となります。赤い九兵はあまたの世界を旅してきましたが、ピノコニで繰り広げられる聖杯戦争は彼にとってこれまでとは全く違うものになるのではないでしょうか。
Oh.
崩壊スターレイルの世界でアーチャーが戦う姿が見られるのが本当に楽しみです。おなじみのキャラクターたちが未知の銀河で自分をどのように再定義していくのか、その行方をぜひ見届けてください。収録の際にアーチャーの戦闘シーン見せていただいたんですが、アンリミテッドブレードワークスの演出がとってもかっこよかったです。
They are super sick, I will admit.
今回のコラボ企画の中でもアーチャーのかっこよさ存分にお楽しみいただけると思いますので、絶対にプレイしてくださいね。
Oh, I really like
これ
that.
はまたとんでもないマスターに引き当てられたものだ。
Sick.
Alright.
Cool.
Big thanks to our voice actors for those thoughtful messages. With the Honkai Star Rail and Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works collab about to launch, we want to take this opportunity on the program to sincerely thank all our partners in this collaboration. We would like to express our sincere
This is so an
gratitude
insane
to Mr.
collab.
Kinoko Natsu and Mr. Takashi Takeuchi for their unwavering support from the earliest planning stages to the final implementation. And thank you to the Animation Production Committee and everyone else involved for all their hard work on this collab.
Y'all are much appreciated.
Honestly, it's only with this kind of dedication that we can bring you all the ultimate joy!
In order to showcase the Holy Grail
Calm
War
down.
from multiple angles,
I
and
love
levels,
adventuring.
organizers say that they've also prepared
Ooh, 2
another
unique rewards.
combat-filled program, Fate Stay Night. It was a night with no wind and no moon under the cool breeze of
All right.
Penacony. The Trailblazer met the red-haired Lancer destined to cross their path. He stepped forward, raising his spear and uttered that iconic line.
The goddess of beauty is the most peerless beauty of them all.
Oh, so it's that red-haired Lancer.
Gotcha.
You got it. After the sweet dreams in the Holy Grail War
Goodbye.
tournament, the genius Skullum made some modifications to the Holy Grail.
Whoa.
Now, the Grail can load the simulated
Okay.
data of past striders through the user's memories.
Interesting to note, though, that the Lancer character from Fate.
There's no shot
What?
that Yanqing beat
Acheron?
He won!
All right.
He won battles! Each contestant starts with unique skills and a set amount of health. Losing a round means losing health. And when your health hits 0, you're out.
Is there a smart way to beat your opponents?
At the start of the game, Trailblazers get some free pieces, each with different classes that grant different buffs. You can
Ooh.
merge identical pieces to
Ow.
upgrade them. The higher the piece's rarity, the stronger the buff. Pieces of the same class have bonds between them too. Collect enough pieces of the same
this
class,
multiplayer?
and you activate
know.
special bond effects that give you a serious boost in battle.
But you're fighting
Looks like
AI.
bonds are super important in this Holy Grail War, huh?
Absolutely. And that's not all. Trailblazers can also acquire noble phantasms during battle.
Did I see true damage
extra
pop
health.
there?
Plus,
Think so.
during combat,
Ooh.
Trailblazers can have the chance to get 3 command spells. Using these
Okay,
spells
that's cool.
grants
I like
additional
that.
buffs.
Command spells, huh?
I know what that
I'm
means. Of course I
curious.
do.
What role is
The summoners get
Trailblazer
3
playing this
commands.
time?
They get, it's like 3 power-ups, essentially.
This Grail feels
I assume
kinda
those are quite
off.
limited.
Yes.
Forking hell. Could it be corrupted?
You right on the money. Trailblazers can increase the Holy Grail's corruption level to unlock extra buff mechanics. The higher the corruption level,
boy.
the more points you earn when you win. Heads up, raising corruption level also powers up your enemies. So watch your step,
That makes sense.
Trailblazers.
Oh, but
Making it
don't worry
harder.
too much.
Makes it harder.
After all,
Just in
this
case
is
you
a
didn't know.
reality show competition and just for entertainment. The organizers of Fate Stay Night have also prepared a special Protected Mode competition. In Protected Mode, Trailblazers can fight using trial characters, and enemy
yes.
strength is toned down.
Oh,
But it's the
this
easier one.
way, new Trailblazers can jump in and fully enjoy the
I
Holy
appreciate
Grail War
that.
experience.
Exactly. The production
Meow.
team cordially invites everyone watching to stay the night. Experience some epic battle action.
And score yourself some stellar jades and other awesome rewards.
I'm gonna need it after this patch.
A lot.
Just a quick reminder, this Honkai Star Rail and Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works collaboration is split into 2 parts. The Trailblazer
Oh.
Continuance, Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail, and the event, Fate Stay Night. The Fate Stay
Gotcha.
Night event will open for play on July 11th. The two programs stand on their own, so Trailblazers can dive into each separately.
Awesome.
So story and then
All
event.
right.
All right.
Big thanks again to our two guests. That wraps up today's Fate Collab update.
Presenter, your mission is complete.
It's all part of the job. Anything for the Trailblazers. So Trailblazers, my honored masters, let's meet again in version 3.4. See you there.
We hope you'll stay the night.
Bye-bye.
Oh,
Next time,
that's
guys.
cute.
See you next time.
Bye.
Yo, that's some very nice art. And I assume that's the end.
I don't know.
So, no, that's the end. So I'm assuming that this patch the main story, I assume is gonna be shorter than it has been for these last few ones. Was it because
I said that about last patch, and then I was very mistaken. So I'm gonna just keep my mouth shut and say it's gonna be a patch, and we'll find out as we play it. Because every time I think it's gonna be a shorter patch, it is not. Even though last patch didn't feel long at all. It was 8 hours.
That was
and
8 hours.
It felt
Went by
like
so
2.
fast.
It genuinely felt like 2. That is coming from someone who played it over multiple days. I don't know how it felt for any one of you that like did it all in one sitting. Maybe it felt longer.
Remember, take breaks, drink water, stretch, please.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay, there's a few things I really want to talk about going off of this live stream. 2 of them, so I don't forget, I think is really crucial to bring up. I assume some questionable choices there were not in Honkai's, or Star Rail specifically, control. The banners being separate and the voices not being there. Because the thing is, okay, so let's start with the voices first. We know for a fact that, again, the whole strike has been going on. So
This is unrelated to that.
I don't know. So at least with Saber's voice actress, they may want to wait till they can get her. I don't know if she's a SAG member or not. However, we do know for a fact that the guy who used to voice Archer made a tweet years back about essentially not wanting to be a part of certain games and certain companies affiliated with certain people and places. So, and since I don't know too much about that, I'm not going to comment on that. But we know for a fact that he probably wouldn't show up to voice in Star
It is a
Rail.
little easy to make that assumption.
I think we can assume that he's not going to show up to voice his character even after with all the strike being confirmed. I don't think we're getting English Archer.
I think it's
So,
very.
well, maybe. Again, I don't really know too much about that whole ordeal. So again, staying out of it. But if that is true, then they had time to have gotten a replacement, and we didn't get a
And
replacement.
we didn't.
So
Which is
now
interesting.
my hope is that they are going to speak Japanese while everyone else is speaking English when you have it selected on English, because that would be so awkward
If the entire
they're just
event
not
quest
voiced.
is unvoiced.
if the characters, they're because
I'm
I
going to
don't
assume that it's just going to play Japanese.
because
They've had this long to prepare it.
here's the thing. The reason why I would be so disappointed is because I do not want to miss out on Aventurine, which is Cam's, is it Cam or Camden? The guy behind Aventurine, he is such an entertaining dude. I want to enjoy his performance. I love Boot Hill's voice actor. I love Robin's voice actress. I don't want to miss out on them just to get the 2 characters voiced, essentially. I want to see their performances in English. They're incredible. I don't know. I feel very mixed about that whole thing. Hopefully, Archer and Saber will speak Japanese, and for some reason, everyone will understand them because the power of Trailblaze
It's a
lets you
dream.
do. Yes, and the power of Trailblaze lets us do that. We can understand other languages.
Not other people, though.
That-
Other people don't have that.
Yeah, well, it's a dream, like you said. So we get to write that off. And then as for the banners, again, I'm not about to pretend that Star Rail is our friend. It is a game that is made to make money. That is the thing. We are,
Especially a collaborative event.
they sell us a product. We are the goal. They want our money. But the thing is, I assume,
As long as it's a good product.
yeah, as long as the product is good, I'm fine with that. So the thing is, I wonder how much control Star Rail had over the banners because is it FGO, Fate Grand Order? I think FGO is the correct acronym.
I have not slept enough, nor do I know enough.
Okay,
to answer that
I think
question.
it's that. I assume so either one, they wanted their own banner because that would probably make it easier to split the proceeds because we don't know what the contract looks like with Star Rail and Fate. So maybe they want a percentage of the sales that go into that.
And
or
Star Rail didn't want to hand over any of that Finan money.
Yeah, so they could have, maybe the contract is for the separate banner, or maybe that was just part of the clause. Maybe they took out like a huge amount of money from the beginning to get the characters in the game, and then it was part of it. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, nor do I know what's going behind the scenes. I assume there's crazy business stuff happening for that. Interesting to note that Archer, you get the light cone for free if you pull 200 times, which is quite a lot. Because
either Finan or the other banner.
Because I would hope
only on Finans, because it's only on part 1, because it's before the Fate actually happens.
I am pulling on. Well, so it's the entirety of 3.4 that you can.
I said it was before.
What?
Hold on, I'll go back to it.
I have no idea what you're talking about. But the thing about Finan is, so I plan on pulling for Finan, and I want his light cone, most likely, unless the light cone is, unless there's better, like free to play friendly alternatives. But the thing is, I don't want to pull 200 times. I would hope to get Finan and the weapon as soon as possible. So it's very odd. Like, I don't want to go 200 deep. I want to save money because I want future characters and everything. And that's and I also potentially want to pull Saber. So 200 is a lot, but whatever. I don't know. I think a lot of people are probably going to pull more than 200 times for this patch. A lot of people are probably going to go for Finan. A lot of people are going to probably go for Saber. If you go for light cones, that increases your pulls even more.
No idea.
I know I'm going for Finan. I don't know if I'll go for Saber or Saber's light cone. I do know she's limited. A lot of people are going to call me crazy. I just love Finan. That was freaking crazy. Did you see that? I can't skip that.
That is a lot. I'm not going to lie.
Mm-hmm. But a lot of you guys who grew up with Fate, I didn't grow up with Fate. I got into Fate way later on, and even then, I really don't know that much.
I have yet to get into Fate.
Yeah, Dan. Yeah.
I have nothing against Fate. I just, you haven't watched it. Mostly because all Fate fans are like, look at me like a grizzled war veteran, like, hey, you gotta know what you're getting into. Okay.
When it comes to Fate, I would say don't overcomplicate it. Just watch it if you want to watch it. Don't freak out. There's a lot that goes into it.
And apparently there's no good series to start on other than Bladeworks, apparently, is the best one to start on.
Watch what appeals to you.
Because they all spoil each other, apparently. Whatever that means. I don't know what that means, but that scares me.
I actually have never even finished Unlimited Bladeworks. I've only started it. I've watched like a chunk of the beginning. But yeah, no, as someone who hasn't watched any other Fate series, I don't know. I can't comment on that, Daniel. I don't know.
I genuinely have no idea. All I've heard is like, you can watch him, you can start wherever, just understand that wherever you start, it's another part of it is getting spoiled. And
most of my Fate knowledge comes from other people, to be fair. Like, I know a lot of people that really enjoy Fate, so I know a bit. But
I know one thing, and then there's multiple Arthurs. And what?
Or Sabers, you mean?
Sabers.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah.
There's multiple of the blonde hair, blue-eyed girl, even though they all look similar.
Yeah.
But they're different?
I think they're different. I think.
That's all I know. And I don't know. But honestly, I'm just super excited for Star Rail's next story beat.
Yeah, no,
I want to know what happens and the horrid cliffhanger we're going to be left on again. I'm excited for Finan's complete story, the reveal of the Flame Reaver, which is probably Finan. I'm assuming with what Albert also said that the Finan that we saw at the ending there may not have been the Finan that we've been with this whole story.
Don't know.
Maybe.
Don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I assume Finan, even though he is looking awfully menacing, I assume our Finan is still a good guy.
I assume so, but I assume that Finan may be the Flame Reaver since they had silver hair.
Yeah, well, we'll have to go back and check that out. And well, obviously the patch is coming out, so we'll see it sooner rather than later. But yeah, no, I feel like there's something else I wanted to discuss. We talked about the Fate stuff. We talked about Finan. I think I'm missing something. There's one thing I really wanted to discuss, but it has left my mind. Yeah, no, overall, I think the patch looks absolutely incredible. There's a whole lot coming. I'm intrigued to see how they deal with these collab banners, considering they're not giving it an end date. And I'm very intrigued to see, going back to the whole voicing, I'm intrigued to see how they deal with that because, like, I really want to enjoy it and everything. You know, maybe this finally brings up the argument of allowing us to, this would be like a really crazy optimization, but allow us to go into the character select. And people have been saying this since the strike started, or the work refusal has started. Allow us to go in and pick certain characters and allow us to pick languages for characters, like individually. I think that would be really cool.
That would be something like you would have to download the data cache of that character.
Yes, it would be like separate essentially, and you would have to like go into it and like pick which for what character. I think that would be totally cool. I'd be fine with that. It would be,
I don't know what on a coding front that would be.
Yeah,
like
no,
to
I'm not a programmer, so I'm not going to pretend to know how easy that is.
That sounds like a lot of things could go really easily wrong with that. And a coder would be like, I have no idea how this happened. Like, suddenly this one character in this one language is suddenly buggy. It's like, oh my goodness, I don't know how to fix that.
I remembered something I wanted to say. So Kafka and a few of the other Stellaron hunters and other characters being buffed coming in future patches for reruns, I think is very, very smart. It's not too overwhelming for everyone now. We'll have to wait and see how light cones work, considering how certain characters it sounds like are changing stuff. So I'm intrigued to see how that works.
I do like that you can go back and forth between them.
Yeah. But it begs the question, like, will certain other characters light cones become better for the new versions of characters? I wonder. I do wonder.
Don't know.
And also, okay.
You know what would be really funny?
Yeah.
If the new battle pass light cones are now their best in slots.
Oh, that would be wild.
That'd be really funny.
That would be wild. Well, I don't know. Yeah, that would be crazy.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
Yeah, there's a few things I do want to say but the problem is that definitely would be borderline speculation on rumors and stuff, and I don't want to put this video in our channel in jeopardy, so we're not going to talk about that.
Wow.
There's a few things, but all I could say, vegetables.
I don't know what a leek is considered.
I can't.
What the flip is a leek considered? What is a leek? I never thought about that too hard.
It's the thing that Miku carries around, you know?
You're right.
It's
a separate category.
I think all I can say is it makes potentially a lot of sense that Kafka is coming next patch, and that's what I'm going to say. So it's interesting to discuss all of this. Another thing I think is intriguing to talk about, the Firefly skin. Firefly skin is interesting to me. I like it. I think the art looks really, really nice. I think the skin itself looks nice. But let me say this, as a Firefly main, I do not feel compelled to buy it whatsoever.
I would have to see it side by side.
Yeah, I would have to see it side by side.
It's a pretty skin. I'm not going to say it's not.
No. I think the art and the model looks great. I think it looks amazing.
I would have to see her old suit versus the new one. Because I don't own Firefly, so I don't know the difference. Other than I'm trusting that it's a little different, maybe? I don't know.
It's very interesting, especially also like on I don't know. I still like the base skin like a lot. It kind of reminds me of so far how I felt with Zenless's skins. Like all of their skins are great, but none of them have beaten the originals for me. The originals are just that good. So I don't know. I don't feel compelled to spend like 10 to 20 bucks for a skin when I'm totally fine with the base model. But a lot of you guys probably do like the skin. So I would like to hear, what are your thoughts on the Firefly skin? I'm kind of sad we didn't get the, because I had heard a while back that there was a rumored Firefly skin, and I was really hoping.
Magical Girl?
No.
No.
Why magical?
She has a magical girl transformation. What do you mean? Why?
I guess,
she has
okay.
the device. She does the pose.
I thought you meant like from me. I was like, why did you think that was what I was going for? Like,
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about.
okay, the theming. Okay. But I thought we were gonna get the like Evangelion. Is that the name of the anime? Her animated short skin. I thought we were gonna get one of those
I
things.
don't know if we would get two crossovers. Like
No.
back-to-back,
It wouldn't
though.
actually be like the anime, but like we've seen it. Like her outfit from like her old like lore suit and everything was that. So I kind of wondered if we were gonna get that outfit and like have a cool thing with that. I thought that would be kind of neat or something. Yeah. So I'm intrigued to hear what you guys think of the skin. I want to hear. Again, coming from someone who adores Firefly, I that's like my main team. I love using Firefly. That's my opinion.
I kind of like it.
Yeah, no, I do like it. I do want to specify. I do really like the skin. I just don't feel like buying it. Well, unless it's cheap. If it's cheap, I'll pick it up. If it's like $2, but that's insulting to the artists and the model guys. So I don't think it's worth $2. I think a skin with time and effort, no matter how I feel about it, probably deserves a bit of money because the guys, you know, they put passion into it and it looks good.
Not
It
that
looks
anyone's
good.
obliged to, or obligated to buy anything.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. And that's like the whole thing. It's like, I
your
think
money.
it's worth, I think it's worth a bit of money, but you have to ask, is it worth your money?
Is it
That's
worth your
the
money?
thing.
Because water's nice, water's nice, bills are nice.
I think-
paid.
Again, I am still waiting for Star Rail to embrace the Impact Third skins where skins change the animations and they change like the vibe completely of the character. I am waiting for that to happen with characters because that is what I am interested in. If I'm going to buy a skin, especially an expensive skin, it needs to be different.
Yeah, I want to feel, I want to feel my, money actually being used.
Yeah, no, because like I always think of the Impact Third. I don't know her name, but the girl who goes berserk and she has the summer skin where she gets like the surfboard.
Oh, the girl that like summons all the chains.
Yeah,
and
because she like
stuff.
surfs on her blade, but it becomes like a surfboard, and then it's like I think she uses like a inflatable shark at one point or something. I don't remember. It's been a while since I've seen it, but yeah, things like that. I would love that. Absolutely love it. Also, again, I'm still waiting for the Stellaron Hunter animated short that we got. I'm still waiting for all of those suits to be skins. I'm
I
not
would be tempted. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not giving up on that. That's still real.
That's
That is
free money.
that
That's free
is-
money, Zen.
If you give me those skins, I'm a goner. I will give you my
I can
money.
tell you a lot of Blade Sims would.
Yeah. A lot of every simp for
of
the
everyone.
Stellaron Hunters would go for that, I think. But yeah, no. Is there anything else we're missing? Anything we haven't discussed? I'm trying to think. I'm on very low. I'm like on 2 hours of sleep, so
Yep.
I don't know if we've missed anything.
Finan looks jaw-droppingly amazing. The story,
Yeah.
I'm super excited for, and also seeing more of Mems or what Mem may be based off of.
Mhm.
Maybe because Mem seems to be a mixture of both Cyrene and whatever the woodland spirits.
Do you think
are-
Cyrene? Because now that she's shown up, do you think like Cyrene was like split into shards or pieces? Because now there's two of them. Because we have Mem and the one that just walked up the Finan at the end of the last quest.
Well, considering
Like, is there a bunch of her? Like, what is happening with
actually, that
that?
brings up a really good question on why Finan murdered her, the Cyrene.
Yeah, if he's Flame Reaver, he definitely stabbed her.
He definitely stabbed her in the past, but that's not obviously her because she's except actually if that scene was from the
Whoa,
Wait, hold
dude,
on.
you just confused yourself.
Never mind. Actually, if that scene with Cyrene with the other Finan, if that's not our Finan, that's the Finan from the past. That could still happen, and Cyrene could still be dead, and Mem still be the new her. What?
I'm gonna be honest. I think I'm too tired. I did not follow you on that. You lost.
I'm saying
me.
that the events of the flashback, if that is a flashback back
Got
in
it.
time with the Flame Reaver Finan,
Got it.
that can still make sense of how that Cyrene is like that, and how that Flame Reaver killed Cyrene, and now she's somehow Mem. somehow.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not here right now. I've checked out on this. We're gonna have to wait and see.
Whatever that means. And whatever. I'm excited to see the Miracle Genesis.
Yeah.
Because I'm so curious on how the characters from the next patches even happen, considering the Genesis is about to happen, or maybe Finan's gonna flip the table and make something new. I don't know.
By the way, did they say how long the event for the Fate quest was going to go on? Is it just 3.4 or did that go on? Will the event be around for a while as well?
Completely out of my head. No idea.
Dang. If anyone knows, please let me know, because my own personal account that I use to capture cutscenes and everything, I am so far behind in everything, and I am really trying to hold off and wait for both Dan Heng and Himiko to rejoin the cast so that I can capture all of their lines and everything
good
before.
news is the Penacony one is separate.
Yeah, so that's true, unless it starts on the freaking train, because I am still on Sunday's quest.
Oh, yeah, no, that sucks.
I wasn't able to do the anniversary event because they're side by side with each other where they're standing, and you only have to walk close to trigger the cutscene. And with Star Rail, you can't, unlike Zenless, you can't back out. Once you're in a cutscene, you are in there. So,
yeah. Well, to quote a famous firebender, that's rough, buddy.
So hopefully that won't be too. I hope it sticks around for a bit so I can record the whole thing.
Hopefully.
But at least we'll be able to let's play it no matter what. We'll be able to do that, and hopefully there's no too.
Oh
my
goodness! Imagine if both the this normal Star Rail story is 8 hours, and the event quest is also like 5 hours long.
I wouldn't put it past them, to be fair. Like,
imagine! Oh my goodness, that'd be so funny.
That sounds very plausible.
Star Rail, please do it. Please do it. That'd be so funny.
Why are you asking for them to do it?
Please do it. It'd be so funny.
You want to have 12 hours of footage to record?
Oh yeah.
Oh goodness.
It'd be just for how funny that would be. Yes. Please. I'm begging you.
Freaking crazy. Obviously, he has not slept because he's insane right now.
But yeah, no, I'm super excited for everything. I'm excited for the lore. I'm excited for the story. Same thing, I guess. Everything. I want to know. Also, I assume the Fate event is also going to rip my heart to pieces.
Probably. It's going to be a bit more lighthearted, I think, than the actual Euphoria story. I'd assume. I'm just assuming here. Like,
anything is lighter than the Euphoria story right now. We
just
just watched everyone we knew and loved die.
Yeah, you can't really.
We're not done yet.
That's definitely the low point and everything. And I'm so excited since we haven't. I don't know how to say her name, but Cedra.
The queen.
The chess girl and everything. She looks great.
She looks awesome.
I love that design, dude. So
they cooked.
I am very excited to see what her and the violinist are going to do. Really cool. I'm excited to see if they join the story in this next patch, because I assume that we'll probably near the end see them, because they got to be introduced at some point, unless they show up the patch they come out, maybe.
I mean, the Vortex of Genesis has to happen, unless we're going to get another flashback.
Oh man. And then on top of that all, I think this is the part where I say thank you guys for watching along with us and for just listening to us ramble. Do let us know your thoughts and opinions on this live stream, and do tell us, who are you pulling for? Are you going for Finan? You going for Saber or Archer? And what do you plan on doing for like Eidolons, for anyone who's like thinking of future-proofing their character? Are you planning on just getting like one Saber and like then their light cones? Or are you thinking about going like really, really deep and getting like a bunch of copies to like further future-proof the character? I wonder.
You know, it's so interesting that Finan makes a domain where it's literally just him.
That is probably specifically...
That's so interesting.
Okay, so it's just him and everything. And as they pointed out, so buffs don't wear out while that's happening. So you buff them up, you go into the thing, and you get to stay all-powerful.
How many attacks do you get? He had 4 things. Do you only get to do 4 moves? No.
They said
you build stuff up.
They said more. Yeah, they said a lot.
Okay.
I don't know how many moves. They didn't say.
You know,
okay, I have a good guess. because I've heard rumblings, but I don't want to discuss that here.
Gotcha.
So,
well, it's me who has not heard any rumblings.
yes.
I'm assuming since the ultimate is always available, if you start losing a ton of health, you can just end it whenever you want and get back your, whole team.
Yes, yeah.
I'm
No,
assuming.
I would assume that there's. I don't know.
there's
I
either,
wonder
like-
if you. I don't know if you can. I wonder if you can leave it early or not. That's a good question. I don't know.
It looked like you could do the thing that makes it end early.
Maybe you get like less damage for that.
Probably. Because it said like if you have full stacks, he does the extra little. And
Yeah.
Boosh.
Yeah.
thing.
So you have that.
So
You also have the fact that I wanted to talk about the territory. Yeah, that's a really good thing that you brought up and everything. I think that's very in a way that's smart of MiHoYo to do, or at least the Star Rail team, because that sort of future it makes it easier to
characters with
territories.
Territories can't be on the same team, right?
Yes.
No,
so
I mean can't have it active at the same time. Doesn't mean they can't go together.
they can be on the
They
same
could
team,
just take turns,
but
or
they
whatever.
canceled each other out. So interesting, yeah, to note that that helps the dev team balance him a bit, because I'm sure we're gonna get at some point some like super crazy OP support that'll give a territory. It's probably just a matter of time. They probably don't want that to go with super mega final boss Finan there with his crazy. Do you see how his HP increased, by the way, too, in all of that? So
Sure did.
he kind of just becomes a boss. So that'll make the dev team have an easier time to balance. However, that probably also means that you're going to want very specific characters to run with it. By the way, I noticed something on that banner, which I really liked. Amazing picks for the 4 stars on Finan's banner, both giving us March, which is a targeted shield in aggro,
Yes.
which Finan does want, by the way, because if he gets hit, he gets the flame core, or the core flames. And then also giving us Tingyun. Great choice, especially for anyone who's new to the game. Fantastic character. And giving us Yu Kong, a character very well known for giving insanely broken buffs, but not valued by a lot of people because of how hard she is to use, considering you only get 1 turn. Guess what? Finan pauses buffs.
Yeah, that's something.
So, for anyone who is coming into the game specifically right now, Finan, in my opinion, without looking at calculations or any of that, I'm just going to say it, looks very friendly to new people. If you're
Very friendly.
if you're looking for a character to kind of just go all in on, especially if you're just pulling, because that's the toughest thing as a new player is pulling for a DPS character, because you will feel that by not having like a premium sustain and all of that. You do feel that later on in the game.
you really will feel it.
You will feel that a lot.
Hard.
And it will get very tough. And Natasha goes so far.
But then again, we also haven't gotten our 1 tank of the patch.
Yep. Yeah, no, we've got a tank coming down. I would not be shocked if it has some synergy with Finan, because Finan is so unique with his whole, like, the team is me now.
Indeed.
But at the same time, that's also super limiting. So would they do it? I don't know.
we kind of have March to fill the single target shield
Gap right now.
We
and
do have
everything.
that right now.
Sounds
Unless
like
we
he
get,
takes less damage as well in the form. And I don't know how you, like, does any of his stuff heal? I want to know that. I really want to know that.
Does Hyacinth's like, oh, you take damage, you get healed? Does that count for him
I would
when he's in that form by himself? Or does the
Hua
unicorn
Hua?
have to be there?
Huahua's buff probably carries over because it's a buff. Hyacinth's that's a great question. I didn't pull for Hyacinth, so I don't know.
Just like remove everyone.
Is
from
it
the
a buff
field, like
on
all
you?
of their stuff as well? Just
No.
Yes.
Buffs stay. So
no
does
buffs stay, but does on-field effects stay?
I don't know. I would assume not, because it sounds like it just everything gets booted. Is Hyacinth's a buff? Is the heal cleanse thing a buff that stays on the character, or is it
I don't know.
a proc? I
doubt the unicorn would get its follow-up attacks.
No, I think Ika gets. I think he gets yeeted into the stratosphere when and Finan goes in his final boss mode. So I don't think Hyacinth runs with him. You're gonna run. I wonder if you could almost run sustainless with him. It depends. It depends
Maybe.
if he has any way of regenning health.
If not, single target healers.
Yeah.
There's a few of them.
Gallagher. Yet again, another team that Gallagher is perfect for.
You could do Bailu, I guess.
You could.
Just a single target healer that bounces.
To be fair, though, I think
I guess that
Gallagher could almost be better because he has a buff on his heal. Is it the buff base kit or is that an Eidolon?
Maybe. I've had C6 Gallagher for so long.
I
don't
have
know.
too. I got it back when Firefly first came out. Yeah, because he gives you the whole passive. You have effect resist and everything, so that should count for Finan. It should.
It should.
It's a single target heal that does give a buff that fits the thing.
But we're just
speculating
at this point.
I'm
so let us
assuming.
know. Are you pulling for Finan? Are you pulling for the Fate characters? Are you gonna try to go for the 200 to get the card?
Honestly, it comes down to it. You were talking about how I could go for a thing. The thing is, I do not have base Sparkle, and Archer really, really seems to want Sparkle.
Really want Sparkle. Honestly, I'd say Archer is not very free to play not very new player friendly.
It'll depend. We'll have to wait. I don't know how I feel. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see how he performs in game.
Because, he's that character. I have Sparkle. I love Sparkle. But at the same time, without Sparkle, how
does he feel?
How does he feel?
That's the question. I think that's the question that should be asked. And Sparkle's getting a rerun, so they're definitely going for that.
Definitely being like, oh, you really like Archer and you think he's really cool? Sparkle.
What?
I mean, I'm happy that Sparkle's getting any utility. We haven't had a character for Sparkle since freaking Imbiber Lune.
It's, by the way,
I remember that.
Yeah, I'm about to say something here, and I'm not saying Sparkle's bad, but Sparkle has definitely fallen out of the spotlight, and that's not because she's not good. I think Sparkle's actually insane. I think
Sparkle's nuts.
I don't think enough people give her enough credit for what she does. She boosts your crit damage to an absurd amount.
Gives you a stupid amount of skill points. We just have had so many skill point positive characters.
Yeah, Sunday just works with so many characters that a lot of the spotlight has fallen on him. And now Tribby is also freaking huge when it comes to support characters. Yeah, so I'm glad to see not just Imbiber Lune, but now Archer brings Sparkle back into essentially the front.
Maybe the front sidelines.
I don't know. It'll depend. I'm really excited to see how these characters perform in game. Intrigued to know, by the way, how they plan on dealing with Saber and Archer going into the future. With how the game has definitely been getting harder, and I don't mean from a strategy standpoint. I mean in wow, the enemies have a lot of health nowadays, and they do a lot of damage.
Easy. You have Archer. You have full skill points. And you start blasting, and then you pop a Sparkle out, and then you keep blasting.
Right. No. My point is to say, 3 years down the line, where will they stand for the people who want to keep using Saber and Archer? Because
maybe they'll get buffed.
See, okay, that's what I was thinking. Can collab characters get buffed? I wonder how that would work. I don't know how the legalities work though when it comes to changing a collab character in a gacha game, because the gacha game characters are a product, and the product you have to be really careful because I don't know the laws, but I know there are laws that apply to that in China, and I don't know how that's gonna fly. So that
we're getting changes to old characters, but while also keeping the older versions of them in case you prefer those.
But would the collab characters need FGO to sign off on them? I don't know.
Possibly.
Because it's their IPs.
But then again, if they ever want a future collab and they're like, hey, here's more fake characters, and also, boom, buff versions of the old ones.
They could do it that way.
Do that.
They could do it that way. Yeah, no, I don't know. But yeah, with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think that has been our thoughts, opinions, and all of that craziness. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope you are excited as we are. There is a lot coming in 3.4, and I cannot wait to experience that with you guys. So I guess with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for joining us. We love you all.
And we'll see you in the next one.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.